This is KGW News at Sunrise.
There were broad allegations made mostly about relationships between people.
This morning on Sunrise, we now know the real reason a behavioral health center in downtown Portland temporarily shut its doors. We asked the county why it kept that information under wraps. Plus,
I mean, every day I'd go out there and watch her go into this, and oh, come look at this. This one's almost full, and it was just, it was just entertaining.
Keeping busy as a beekeeper. As we head towards Earth Day this Saturday, our Good Energy Week coverage continues with this man's effort to save the bees and a look at just how important bees are to the food chain here in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Plus,
stunning hair, makeup, ball gowns, uniforms. I was looking at all these people and I just noticed that you could just see that their night was ruined.
almost 600 people got stuck on a ferry in Walla Walla over the weekend. So to pass the time, one photographer decided to make the most of the situation. We'll explain coming up.
That is an update to a story we had yesterday morning on the show. Rod wouldn't know about that because Rod wasn't here yesterday on the Sunrise Show. He was out golfing in the rain.
And the wind.
Why would you do such a thing, my friend?
When the tournament's scheduled for a certain day, that's when you go. But this is getting nuts, and we're going to have some impressive statistics coming up here in about 10 minutes of this run of cold weather going back to March 1. Look how numerous, we're going to say showers because there are breaks, but this just flow of wet weather will be continuing today. And notice we have a lot of white on the radar, and white is snow. Yeah, so here we are in Damascus. Snow showers being reported right now. Same thing in Beaver Creek. We've had snow showers up in the West Hills, the Chehalem Mountains, the Coast Range. Certainly when you get up in elevation at all, you could see at least a snow shower mix in the air early this morning. Our temperatures down low are holding above freezing. Happy Valley 34, that is at 1,000 feet. There's 35 in Salem, 37 out in McMinnville. A chilly day, much like yesterday, with showers coming and going throughout. Could be some hail, could be some rumbles of thunder. The high is 51, but what does that mean? That means basically that nearly all of the day will only be in the 40s, especially when those showers are passing, and they will pass frequently. Back to you.
All right, more from Rod coming up here in just a few minutes, but right now we want to get to our top story this half hour. We've learned more about the temporary shutdown of the Multnomah County Behavioral Health Center, which is back open this morning. Last month, the county said it was shutting down the center to get the staff there more training. Turns out the pause was actually in response to allegations contract workers were having inappropriate relationships with each other.
There are also allegations a security guard was using cocaine on the job. We had a lot of questions for the county, and KGW's Daisy Caballero went to get some answers.
It was the perfect time to shut down, do the intense training period, as well as the safety upgrades, and launch a separate investigation into the allegations.
On March 29th, a healthcare department manager got a complaint about 3 contractors that work at the building on Southwest Park and Oak. The next morning, the county says it addressed the allegations and temporarily closed down the center. But instead of being transparent, they told the media it was for staff to get more training on the volume of overdoses and mental health crises they see.
Anytime you have allegations of a certain nature, you have to treat them very credibly and do the due diligence. That doesn't usually happen overnight.
Mental Health Addiction Association of Oregon immediately began its own investigation and so far say the relationships have been unfounded. The county then requested an investigation into the other 2 companies. Today, a press release reads, quote, "The county did not disclose the details of the March 29th complaint publicly to preserve the integrity of the investigations and to ensure the allegations could be credibly reviewed."
That I understand that the public's right to know is if something truly had happened that was egregious that we were somehow not disclosing, but that is not, in fact, the case. There were broad allegations made mostly about relationships between people, consenting adult relationships.
The security company notified the county that one of their security guards admitted to using cocaine and marijuana on site and was immediately fired. The county said today it's now changed security providers. Daisy Caballero, KGW News.
Later today, a Multnomah County judge will sentence the man guilty of killing a woman in Northeast Portland's Normandale Park last year. In February of last year, Benjamin Smith targeted a small group of unarmed women supporting Black Lives Matter. He shot 5 people, killing 60-year-old June Knightley, who was a known activist in the community. Victims and family members will read impact statements in court today, including Knightley's widow. This was her reaction the day Smith changed his plea to guilty.
I want to make this very clear. The only reason that Benjamin Smith finally pled guilty today is because one of the shooting victims had the presence of mind to turn on her helmet camera and document what was quickly becoming a dangerous situation.
Knightley's widow went on to blame police and politicians for mischaracterizing racial justice protesters as, quote, threats to the peace and encouraging people like Smith to take action. The sentencing is scheduled for 1:30 this afternoon.
Other headlines this morning. The man accused of stabbing a longtime radio cab driver will be back in court today for his arraignment. 30-year-old Moses Lopez faces murder charges. He's accused of killing 43-year-old Reese McDowell Lawhon on the night of April 9th in the Buckman neighborhood. Court documents say Lopez gave the driver an incorrect address, then allegedly stabbed him on the way to the new location. This morning in Boise, court will resume in the murder trial of Lori Vallow Daybell. Yesterday, her trial was in recess. Vallow is the Idaho mom accused of killing her 2 kids and her husband's ex-wife. Prosecutors say she was driven by her doomsday religious beliefs. Testimony will resume this morning. Now to eastern Oregon, where this big fire damaged 4 businesses in downtown John Day. Firefighters are still at the scene this morning, although the flames were mostly out by late last night. KGW viewers sent us these photos and video. The cause of the fire is now under investigation. And those are some of your Tuesday headlines.
All right, check this out. This is a follow-up to a story we brought you yesterday on Sunrise. One of the passengers that was stuck on a ferry in Walla Walla over the weekend decided to help everybody on board pass the time with a photo shoot. So she's a wedding photographer, Britt Jazak, and she was on her way to a proposal when the ferry's generator failed. Nearly 600 people were stuck on the ferry for nearly 6 hours. Right about then, she noticed there was a group of people on board who were supposed to go to the Navy Ball.
Oh. I might not be able to get us out of here any earlier, but I could make it a more enjoyable experience and just lift some spirits along the way. And that's what I love about my job, is making people feel better.
She must be pretty good at what she does, because Jazak says she took more than 1,000 pictures that night. I don't think my fingers could actually operate that quickly.
Right? I know. That's brilliant. She's a great little entrepreneur. She did it for free, right?
Yeah. It was like, well, we had to pass the time here. That was kind of crazy. That ferry got stuck. I don't know if it was actually stuck in the mud or just low water, but they had to get off, Rod. 600 people.
Some advice, though. If you want to be a great entrepreneur, at some point you have to charge a little something.
Eventually. She's building up that customer base.
So I was out at a golf tournament at Langdon Farms, beautiful golf course off of I-5 down in Wilsonville yesterday. And at one point, one guy, his umbrella blew off of his golf cart, went into a pond that never floated towards shore, so that was gone. Another point, a guy's hitting his golf cart, the pull cart we would pull with to hold your golf bag, that tips over and all the clubs come flying out. It was a mess, which brings me to this graphic.
Oh, man.
I officially have had enough. March, the month of, 25 of 31 days were colder than normal. So far this April, 14 of 17 days have been colder than normal. You add that up going back to March 1, you get 39 of 48 days. That's 81%. The warmest day so far is that 68-degree day back in March 18th. I have this nightmare that our good friends down at the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival are soon going to be announcing that their festival will be open until July. Because of how cold it is, that's how long it could take the tulips to get going. I mean, I'm just kidding about that. But holy cow, this has really been chilly. Today's another day where afternoon temperatures will run some 10 to 12 degrees colder than so-called normal highs in the 60s. The chilly pattern, all these fronts have been coming in lately. Right out of the Gulf of Alaska is where the air is coming from, and this is the case today. It'll be the case again tomorrow. While I don't see any solid rain bands, we actually had 2 fronts come in yesterday, one late morning, one late afternoon. But the modeling is showing that the number of showers will be like you're seeing right now all day, just peppered or popcorn style showers, numerous coming and going through the area. Now, the white color, reminder, we do have snow showers below 1,000 feet this morning. Another sign just how ridiculously chilly it is for this time of the year. Those snow levels this afternoon will pop back up to about 2,000 feet, which would still be considered low for this time of April. 35 in Salem right now, 39 up in Kelso, low 40s in Astoria and Newport, mid 30s out in the Dalles, 31 out in John Day. Here's Futurecast, 8:30 this morning. I just want you to notice that the green dots and yellows, the yellow is some heavier downpours of hail, maybe a rumble of thunder. But notice how this is 8:30 tomorrow morning. Nothing changes all the way through tomorrow. Here's our 7-day, 51 today, 53 tomorrow, but most of the time you'll be in the 40s. Thursday looks dry potentially until evening. We get up to about 58, and then we have a nice Friday. Saturday still warm, but afternoon rain chances increase, and then the next front comes in on Sunday and into Monday. That's your forecast. I'm trying to be in a uplifted, happy
Let's just
spirit.
concentrate on Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
I'm good with that for right now. I don't require much.
That's a good idea.
Thank you, Rod.